So oftentimes people have like a goal number. They're like, once I make 100 grand a year, or I make 250 a year, or once I buy the house, or once I make $1 million a year, once I make 2 million, but the goalpost always moves. What are your thoughts about when people have these numbers or these goals in their mind for that financial gain?
I think this is a self-awareness game. I think for some people here, those goals really work. For me, I just made up something when I was 12 that was so big that it allowed me to play forever. Buy the Jets, right? And so,
Are you gonna buy the Jets?
Am I gonna buy the New York Jets? Yeah, I think I am. But, you know, when I clip this in 40 years, when I don't buy them and have to explain what the fuck happened, I won't be upset because I am focused on what I can control, build the biggest and most sustainable and best and healthiest businesses I can to put me in a position that if the serendipity of the world and the timing and the stars align, that at a time when I can actually afford it, which would not be tomorrow. If tomorrow they're for sale, it's unlikely I get them. I may get a tiny, tiny piece because whoever got it is probably smart enough to realize me getting a little piece is probably a good arbitrage.
For sure.
But that will crush me in my competitive spirit of trying it. But if I don't get them, that'll be fine. Chasing them has been the great joy of my life. And that's what I want for everyone, where the process is enjoyable. I think a lot of people struggle with goals. When they hit it, it's so empty. They're like, fuck. Like getting to 1 million or 100,000 or whatever it is, like they feel empty. I'm sure many people here have achieved something that they can think back now as like, fuck, it wasn't as good as I thought. Because the ideology of the thing was what they put on a pedestal, not the day-to-day game of trying to get to the thing. And so when I'm at a conference like this with all the other incredible speakers you've got lined up, and I think about like, what could we touch on in this talk that might bring value, that might not be touched on? I just don't think, Dan, people put enough energy on enjoying it. It's like winning at all costs is fine, but not at your cost. You know, it's just not. And at 47 years old and being around the game for a long time now and knowing how many people got to the top of the mountain on paper and lost their lives, their loved ones, lost everything once they got there because of how they got there, like all the shit, all the fucking shit that comes along with it. I don't want that for a single fucking person at this conference.
I'm gonna open a sports card store in the middle of a shutdown. I'm gonna open up acai bowl locations, or I'm gonna throw a humongous event. They have these ostentatious ideas and they're finally excited to do it and their friends don't support them. What are your thoughts about the people?
That's the best. The greatest thing in the world for an entrepreneur is sticking it to their fucking friends. I got nothing else to fucking say about that. Honestly, I never get mad at anyone. Not my friends, not my competitors, not people that troll me, I'm empathetic. People are going through their shit. If your friends don't support you, it's because they can't see them doing it, understood. It's because they're unhappy and they're starting to develop a little envy and jealousy of you, not because they don't love you anymore or they're not your homie, they're just not in a good place. I think too many of us that are succeeding are not doing a good enough job bringing our friends along from a place of empathy, compassion, and sympathy. Don't be mad at them, have compassion for them.
So,
you know what I mean? I think a lot of us know what we mean, right? We're like, no, fuck Don, he's fucking jealous, motherfucker. Don, your boy that you grew up with, is just in a tough spot right now. Deep down, he's super pumped for you. He's just not in a good place. You need to fucking be double friend, not cut them off.
So someone's out there, they're listening to you. They've been listening for years and they're finally ready. They're gonna post multiple times a day. They're building their following. They hit 10,000 followers. They're excited. And then they start to see 5 trolls a day, 12 comments a day. You're ugly, you're rude, you're stupid, that's dumb, blah, 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 blah. How do you say to deal with trolls and haters?
Yeah, I mean, we just touched on it. Like, just like honestly, once and for all, because I know a lot of you on your journeys will have public, lives. Like genuinely, stick with me on this for 2 seconds. Imagine living a life where right now on this Saturday morning, afternoon around this country, you're laying at home and you're going through your Instagram or TikTok or YouTube and you're looking to hurt someone else's feelings. Like you're literally going through it to find, you're looking to get triggered or upset to then leave a comment to then hurt that person. Think about how sad that life is. Honestly, I mean it. I'm not making fun of that person. I'm deeply empathetic to that person. Think about how fucking sad that life is. That you're not in the business of building something. You're in the business of walking around the internet trying to tear something down. I really, really, really hope that this hits even one person here. That starting this moment from now on, when someone says you're ugly or stupid or full of shit or suck, that you don't start to feel bad for yourself. You start feeling sad for them. Please get on this fucking train because it will be good for you and it will make you a better person for them. Dan, literally, I am always consuming because I want to know what's going on. The only time I ever feel compelled to say something is not, and I disagree or see the world differently than a lot of people posting. I'm not compelled to razz that person. The only time I'm doing anything is usually DMing people in this room saying, keep going, right? Like I'm trying to give love because I'm happy inside. What we do publicly is a complete reflection of what's going on inside. The only time I feel compelled to do something is to tell one of y'all, keep fucking going, you're not far.
Sitting right next to that person that did listen to you is the one that didn't. And they say to you, I don't need social media. I don't need a personal brand. What would you say to them?
Cool. There's unlimited people fucking winning. I know unlimited people with monster businesses, super happy lives, and they're not on social. Mazel tov, good. On the flip side, there's a lot of people that leave opportunity on the table without realizing, friends, social media is free distribution. Of course you can run paid, I get it. But it is the only platform in the world that you can reach millions of audience without paying for it. Do you know how fucking insane that is? You can't run a newspaper ad for free. You can't run a television commercial for free. You can't buy Google AdWords for free. You can do SEO, which is true, which is why it was a monster. But the fact that social, and especially with the TikTokification of everything, is free, it's insane. It's so insane that I'm just finishing up wrapping the follow-up to Jab, 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 Right Hook. Thank you. Originally it was called Jab, 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 Left Hook, which I liked, but as I was writing it, which is the thesis I have on where we are right now in the current state of the internet and attention, I changed the title of the book and now it's gonna be called Day Trading Attention. And for everyone here, the number one thing that they're actually in need of doing is day trading attention. Social is an incredible place to do it. Influencers is an incredible way to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it, but it is the macro thesis, Dan. When you're opening up locations, right, for acai or sports cards, or for donuts, like the gentleman I met, or anything that anyone's doing here, at the end of the day, before anyone's gonna buy anything from you, they need to know about it. And for me, social media is disproportionate on this day in 2023, the biggest opportunity for time and effort and money against outcome on the other side. So when people say, I'm not gonna do it or I don't need it, I'm very empathetic to that. There's many ways to win. This isn't the only way. It just happens to be the way, especially for someone starting at zero, the most opportunistic way today. The same way that if I was writing books when I was building Wine Library for my dad, I would have talked about search, because SEO in 2000 was bananas. Right. And so there's always an ARB. And so I don't think anyone should do anything other than be a kind person. But as far as entrepreneurship, like, I'm not hurt. I didn't invent social media. Social media is not my fucking brother. I don't give a fuck. I just think there's an opportunity.